Hello, okay friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is a short video update on two of my phal. One is in traditional potted moss and lava rock media in clay pot, and this one is one of my two full water culture mini phals. And this video is more about roots, and more specifically root tips. Last time when I gave an update on this particular orchid, I was commenting on the fact that one of the roots was about to grow over to the edge of the pot. And it's actually this one. And then I did try to push it down into the pot. And as you can see there, it stopped growing because the root did not grow to touch the root tip did not grow to touch the pot. I forced it, so it kind of just stopped. 2 days after I pushed it down to touch the clay pot, thinking that it'll continue to grow into the media, but it did not do that as I was hoping it would. I noticed that the green growing tip was just becoming smaller and smaller, and eventually there was no more green growing root tip anymore. So what I had done is basically left the other roots untouched. I realized that that was a bad idea. Obviously, you guys will probably think that, oh, of course, you don't want to force your roots, but sometimes it does make sense to try to train them. But I think what I had done, next time if I do this, I would do it differently. I will make sure that I will have just water the orchid so that the clay pot is moist. So that way it would reduce the possibility of this root just simply is rubbing against something really, really dry. And of course, I might have used a little bit too much force. That could also be the reason. Now, this full water cultured phal is doing really good. Since my last update, many of its roots has grown further, and now, oh, let's look at this. There are green growing root tips coming out of the old roots. Let's see if we can give you a better shot there. So there are three that are very visible at the moment. 1, 2, 3. But there are also two smaller ones that are coming. But they're probably too small to see on video right now. I just gave this one some water. It's currently soaking in food. And this is a really happy root. You see, this is a completely water root. And it's really, really fat. The growing tip is really fat. So I think it's happy. This is where the water level usually is. I'm giving it a little higher water level just so that they can soak up. But then eventually I will drain the water so that it's just above this line. This portion is all water root. Now back to the root. You see this one is the only root that does not have any more growing tip. And you know why? Yes, I tried to force it down. I was hoping that it would go down, but it didn't. So again, I was trying to force it to go down as it was just touching the edge of the pot. It did not like it, so this root stopped. But the rest of the roots, yes, they are pressing against the cup, but because they grow to be touching the cup. So that's the original choice. And in fact, if you can see the roots, right now this orchid is fairly established within the pot. And the reason I say that is almost all direction there is a root that is growing firmly attaching to the side of the cup. So this one is doing really well, and I think as they feel more secured, meaning they're not wobbly, they tend to grow even better. I mean, this one has very stiff leaves, so you know the leaves here already stabilize the orchid pretty well, but now all the roots are really just growing to kind of give itself more support. That this one, every time I drink out the water, I don't even need to take out the orchid. I just drain it like that, and then it doesn't move actually. So this one is fairly established. But the moral of the story for this video really is, don't force your roots. Don't mess around with your orchid roots. Let them grow however they want. Otherwise, they will stop growing for you. Until next time, please take care of yourself, each other, and enjoy your orchids. Happy growing, everybody. Ciao.